I also realized that this is also the answer to the question a lot of people ask, which is, what's the purpose of this human life? Why are we here? Why all the suffering and everything? Like, what's the damn point? And the point is for self realization. Why do we need a body, though, to go through all that? Why can't we just be self realized? Why can't God just manifest himself as a self realized being from the get go and just be nice, peaceful, and blissful all the time? And just, isn't that better? It's better. I think it's better. No, not really, because here, it's duality. You got to operate in the laws of duality. Like, there's no way to get around that. Self realization is still duality. To be self realized means that you got to not be self realized, or vice versa. So the not self realized entity is working towards being self realized. Well, you got to taste a bunch of experiences, both positive and negative. Again, duality. You got to suffer the negative before you can start to appreciate and want to strive towards the positive. If all you know is peace, bliss, joy, light, all that, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know peace, joy, love, light. You got to suffer the opposite of that so that then you can really appreciate the joy, love, light, peace, bliss. The intensity of how you're going to experience the peace, joy, love, light is somewhat going to be contingent upon how much suffering you had. That contrast is what produces the appreciation for the peace, joy, love, light. I'm making fun of the spiritual foo-foos a little bit because they like those words. My paper fell, and I'm thinking, should I get it or not? Let me get it. Because I don't want it to blow away, and that would be more work to go find it. But it still might blow off again. Oh well. So, our real self, obviously, it's not in pursuit of self-realization. It doesn't know anything about that. That's again part of the dualistic show that we're in. Our pure self is the pure self. But it's creative, though. It wants to create somehow. So it creates this dynamic of like a separate entity that's trying to wake back up. So then you got this whole dualistic show that gets born from that. Why do you need a body, though? Why do you need a body to really experience this self-realization? Let's do this example. You're in deep sleep, no dreams, deep sleep. You don't have a body at that point. Not really. The consciousness is like bodiless, formless at that point, almost totally. Is there any enjoyment or experience of self-realization or experience of anything at that point? There's not even a you. There's nothing. There's not even I am. Everything's been like rolled back up into the source. So you see, consciousness, the body wakes up in the morning, consciousness comes back into the body, boom. Your experiences are much different when you're when the consciousness is living through this body than when it's not. So that should answer your question, like how important, why is the body so important, and how important it is. This is why too I feel you might have heard the saying where there's some saying that even the gods are jealous of a human birth. I think that's what they're saying, because they're on these very subtle realms where everything's just kind of nice all the time, but they're just so used to it. It's like just, Groundhog Day, spiritual Groundhog Day. Love and light, okay. Love and light. So you come here, It's a different deal, isn't it? We get to experience the contrast. And then it makes this piece like so much better. Having a body makes all these things more tangible. It's tangible. This is the purpose of a body. Let's see, do I have anything else I wanted to say? I think that's it, really. All my videos are usually 10 minutes, but this is 5 minutes and let's see. When you start to, it's natural to want to curse the body though. It's like when we're having a pain day and oh man, it's just so deep. I mean, the program, the software programs that create this human matrix. I mean, we come here, we have a family, we're programmed to be attached to that family. It's necessary for survival and everything. That's just part of the software program. And then, you know, they start to expire and we feel bad, and same with friends, and we get into romantic relationships. I mean, look how juicy this whole game is. There's so many toys to play with and cars and experiences, and let's go travel here and there, and food to eat. It's said that some beings incarnate just so they can eat. They just want to taste the sensation of food. Then we get addicted to the experiencing. Consciousness is like, whoa, this is pretty cool. Being formless all day, that's like boring. Like now I'm really doing it. Then it like goes to sleep, and then it suffers its experiencing, and then it has to wake up again to come out of that. And that's that whole journey. And then and then it starts to become aware of its own self, its source, self-realization, which never ends. Then it can still enjoy these things, but the attachment won't be there. I got to upload my video on that, how to transcend attachment. It's mostly directed though for relationships, because that's like the ultimate attachment. How do you transcend it? I'm not going to tell you the answer. You got to watch the video. So this is the whole journey that we signed up for. But all the while, see, somebody, you know, I've asked myself too, like, why though the suffering? Some people have like tremendous health issues. They're just heavy. And so you can't help but ask, like, why? Like, why? But the truth of the matter is our real self isn't suffering. The suffering's taking place, or the pain's taking place in ourself. But because the consciousness identified with the body in the matrix, in the duality, we experience it as though it's ourself. But you see, I didn't think about this before. This might be the first time I thought about it. I don't know. The peace, the bliss, the joy, the happiness, all those feelings that we like so much, you know what? The pure self isn't feeling that either. It's beyond all that. So we need a body to feel that. We need a body, because during the process, when the consciousness is realizing itself, it's like things get like equilibrium, like quiet, because it's like, what is there? It's formlessness, kind of being inside formlessness. You're like unplugged from the matrix for however long. Can't be unplugged too long, you'll disintegrate. What do they say? Nirva kalpa samadhi, can only be in it for 21 days or something. I don't know. Formless is so when the consciousness is just in itself, being itself, realizing itself through this human instrument, the fragrance from that is joy, peace, bliss, blah, blah. So you got to have that body to experience that. Well, you can't just, but you got to take both, duality. When you got to be able to experience the pain too. The whole point is experience. This is why we have a body. We have to experience. It wants to experience. Well, experiencing's housed in duality. So you're going to have the negative and the positive. But through evolution, the negative starts to get less and the positive gets more. This is what we all want. We got to go through the evolutionary process. Otherwise, we wouldn't appreciate it and enjoy it. And we wouldn't be able to help others, which is also part of the game, to help others. Service. Still, it's part of the game, but like we got to do it. The life force wants to do it. Life force is running everything. Life force is dictated by by karmic law, by evolutionary law, etc. It's just doing everything. Try not to do what your life force is moving you to do. I gotta make a video on that. Free will. Yeah, it's overrated. What's the free will? You think I'm choosing to make videos? Life force is making them. So I was like, okay, let's make them. So it's cool. You let life flow. That's called letting life flow. And even when you don't like the flow and you want to break the flow, that's part of the flow too. Then you're learning, like something's experiencing how it feels to go against the flow. What are you going to do? It's just all running itself. The show runs itself, you know? So enjoy the show. And even if you don't enjoy it, it's okay, because you got to not enjoy it so you can enjoy it. Remember? All right. See you.